Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, city leaders met today to discuss a top priority for the city. We share the latest from the meeting.
Plus, students and parents in Alachua County, there's a new superintendent in charge. We have the details.
And we tell you what you need to know when it comes to insurance claims after the hurricane. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, from the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
The city of Gainesville is hearing residents out on what they think would improve the community. I'm Kirsten Maselka.
And I'm Nick Diaz. One of the biggest requests community leaders made at the meeting was a makeover for Citizens Field, a staple of the city of Gainesville. WUFT's Madison Ginsberg joins us live with what community members have to say.
The Gainesville City Commission met and opened the floor up for people to make local requests. The first request on the agenda, asking for financial support to revitalize Citizens Field. Mayor Harvey Ward says there are some internal funds available, allowing for a partnership with local institutions. The Citizen Field project is expected to cost about $18 million. $5 million will come out of the Wild Spaces and Public Places Fund. $13 million comes from the Gainesville Community Reinvestment Area. Many people in the community say this field is due for an overall makeover, from revamps in the seating to the press box.
Several of us have talked a great deal about 8th and Waldo, and it's no surprise to anyone that that is a priority and that it will be as successful and as wonderful as the money we can source to get it done.
Commissioners say in addition to sporting events, they hope the field will host community events in the future. Brighter days are ahead for the 60-year-old field. This project has been something talked about for a while now, but today marks the day they take a step forward. Live at Citizens Field, Madison Ginsberg, WUFT News.
The Alachua County Public Schools Superintendent was decided by unanimous vote last night. Dr. Kamala Patton, a veteran in Florida education, was voted in as interim superintendent during the school board meeting. Patton will step in as the district conducts a national search for a permanent replacement. Board and community members say they are ready to watch Patton continue her great work.
She is so excited about joining this district. She wants to collaborate with parents, with staff members, with teachers, with administrators, and really with the broader community.
Board members say she wants to build on the success of the school district. Patton will be making $19,500 per month as superintendent. She will start her role next Monday.
A little over a month after Hurricane Milton made landfall, recovery efforts are still underway as insurance claims related to storm damage continue to be closed. Florida's Office of Insurance Regulation released new data showing over half of Milton-related insurance claims have been closed. As of November 12th, more than 285,000 claims have been filed in the state in the wake of Hurricane Milton. That number comes in response to the state estimated $3 billion in damage to issued property. While the hurricane was severe, Florida's chief financial officer recognizes that it could have been much worse.
The carriers, I think they all collectively in Florida are breathing a sigh of relief. They know that this storm season could have been a whole heck of a lot worse if this Milton would have made more of a direct hit into Tampa Bay.
If your claim from hurricane season has not been closed, it's important to stay patient as insurance carriers work to resolve the remaining claims.
Taking a look at our beautiful Paynes Prairie traffic cam, we can see an almost endless sea of cloudy skies ahead. And these skies may be joined with some light rain as we approach the end of the week. WUFT's Matthew Clark joins us now with the weather forecast.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of weather going on right now. It's that time of year where the tropics are still active and we're getting some cold fronts. You can see that cold front. That's why we've been seeing all those clouds today. And Tropical Storm Sarah bringing in a lot of rain and wind to South America. I'll have more on Sarah in the upcoming minutes. But right now, like Kirsten said, it's cloudy out there. It looks like the Pacific Northwest out there with how much clouds. It's just a dreary day out there. 77 degrees with winds from the west at around 6 miles per hour. If you've been outside in the past half hour or so, you've probably felt some sprinkles. Going to be getting some more rain tonight as we head into tonight around midnight. Most of us are going to be asleep at this point, but we could see some stronger showers moving their way through. Obviously part of the cold front. And then when we're waking up tomorrow morning, those temperatures are going to be in the 50s, getting those winds from the north. It's going to be a beautiful weekend coming up ahead.
President-elect Trump is back at his Mar-a-Lago estate after shaking up Washington with his cabinet picks. He's elected U.S. Congressman Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. Gaetz faced a lengthy federal criminal investigation for alleged sex trafficking, but prosecutors ultimately closed the case without charges. Some Republicans argue Trump has a mandate. Others join Democrats in raising deep concerns. His selected Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. Gabbard is a former House Democrat turned Trump ally who would advise the president on the government's most closely guarded secrets. She has been a vocal critic of U.S. intelligence assessments. All eyes now are on the Senate as a new majority leader navigates confirmations.
A woman in Marion County is dead after a fatal car crash last night. She was walking down County Road 25 when a van collided directly into the woman. She was knocked over onto the ground and was killed on impact. And in Alachua County, a school bus was made the victim of a hit and run late yesterday by a gray Tahoe. Even though the bus's lights and stop signs were activated, 3 students were inside the bus at the time. When the bus was at a full stop, the SUV was swerving between lanes when it came hurtling into the back of it. No one was hurt in the hit and run, and there was some minor damage to the bus. The car sped off. The bus driver did not get a license plate number.
Alachua County officials released plans to make roads safer for both drivers and pedestrians. The county launched 2 new plans to improve road safety, a bike pedestrian master plan and a Safe Streets and Roads action plan. The community was invited to an open house at the Harn Museum of Art to talk more about these initiatives. Residents gave feedback on current road conditions and suggested improvements. Alachua County Transportation Manager Allison Moss says community input is crucial for plans like this.
There is also, however, an expertise that the community has that can't really be replaced. So people who walk, bike, drive within the county, they have very firsthand, detailed knowledge of the conditions in the county, and so we're looking to supplement that and hopefully create plans that are a reflection of their wishes.
The county will then compile data from both residents and hired consultants to evaluate the open houses.
It's National Seatbelt Awareness Day, and Citrus County Sheriff's Office says that buckling up is the single most effective way to protect yourself in a crash. They say that in 2022, about 25,000 people were killed in car accidents. 50% of those people were not wearing a seatbelt. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Admission, seatbelts save about 15,000 lives every year. Law enforcement reminds you that the lap band across your waist, the shoulder belt should be in the middle of your chest and away from your neck, and to never put the shoulder belt behind you. Alachua County is starting to bring healthcare directly to its residents. The Alachua County's new mobile integrated healthcare team will be on the streets helping those in need. The team will bring community health services, including post-emergency interventions, substance abuse management, emotional support, and more. The team's future goal is to partner with local hospitals to expand chronic disease management for both adults and children.
Coming up on First at 5, law enforcement teams up with the people of Gainesville.
We will show you this run and tell you why it's so special to this community. It's after this break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
The Run with the Cops event invited the entire community to participate in an event filled with fun activities around the Santa Fe track.
Participants exercised alongside law enforcement officers from various local agencies. WUFT's Jenna Rothberg took it all in earlier today.
Whether they walked, run, or rolled, the Gainesville community brings to you today the Cops with the Fun Run event at Santa Fe Community College.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Kids, parents, athletes, nurses, police, and the fire department began their journey around the track.
Me and a bunch of my teammates came out today to support law enforcement. You know, they keep us safe around campus. They make sure all the time that we're protected, that nothing can happen to us. So we're here to show our appreciation for them and to have a good time.
Santa Fe Police Department Police Chief Ed Book says the event allows the community to see the police as allies, not adversaries.
We get to focus on some of our most vulnerable citizens, like those with special disabilities, or the very old, or the very young.
Jason likes the event because it promotes safety, security, health, and wellness.
Jason, what do you like most about it?
I like hanging out with people. I like connecting with people. I like connecting with agencies. I like connecting with Ed. I like connecting with disabilities. I like connecting them with agencies.
That's what I'm talking about. Everything he said.
James Coates brings new props each year with the goal of bringing joy to attendees.
You get to hang around with different aspects of the community, and we all come together and we just love on everybody. It's just an amazing event.
After an entire morning of fun and fitness, the run is officially over. Jenna Rothberg, WUFT News.
Gilchrist County Sheriff's Office announced the completion of the county's new state-of-the-art jail. City officials gathered at the newly completed Gilchrist County Jail for a ribbon-cutting ceremony to mark the facility's grand opening. The county says the facility will improve public safety and provide a more secure environment for both inmates and staff.
A woman in Gainesville scratched off a Florida lottery winning ticket, which amounted to $1 million. The lucky winner, Carolyn Eagle, purchased her winning ticket from Southwest Archer Road in Gainesville. She claimed her prize at the lottery's Gainesville district office and chose to receive her winnings as a one-time payment of $795,000 after taxes. She won the $1 million prize from the $20 Gold Rush limited game. The retailer received a $2,000 bonus commission for selling the winning scratch-off ticket.
Ocala Fire Rescue announces the commencement of its annual holiday drive. The tradition aims to support our local food pantries so that they can provide those holiday meals for families in need. All Ocala Fire Rescue stations are accepting donations of non-perishable food items and household essentials. Accepted items include canned items, dry goods, non-perishables like fruit cups and juice boxes, toiletries, baby items, and brand new toys in original packaging. The drive will support local organizations like Salvation Army and Veterans Helping Veterans as part of Marion County's Harvest Home Initiative. Donations are open until December 12th.
A tropical storm in the south and a cold front in the north. It's a pretty active weather setup. I'll have how that is going to impact our area after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
It's mid-November and it feels like we're juggling multiple weather events on their own same day. We have a Tropical Storm Sarah in the Western Caribbean. Still a lot of warm waters and a lot of energy for Sarah to feed off of, bringing in a lot of rain to South America. And then we also have a cold front in the United States that's going to be bringing us some cooler temperatures. I'm going to start with Tropical Storm Sarah first to see what Sarah's doing. So we have our GFS model, and this model a few days ago had like a Superstorm Sarah hitting us. However, as it makes its way over the Yucatan, it pretty much dies, you know. With land interference, it's going to kind of take off the storm, and as it moves its way, the remnants of Sarah, a lot of tropical moisture still, however, not very organized, broad area of low pressure here. Another front starts to sweep it up towards us, so that's next Tuesday into next Wednesday. We could be getting a lot of rain, and next week it's going to get pretty chilly because of this. I'm seeing lows in the 30s next Saturday, but for the short term though, right now, feels like the Pacific Northwest out there on our campus cam. It's just dreary, overcast skies for the most part. If you've been outside, maybe you felt a couple drizzles in the past hour or so. Temperatures for the most part though, 81 in Ocala, 79 in Plaka, and 77 in Gainesville. Pretty dreary 70s. And again, if you were outside a few minutes ago, you maybe felt some showers, a couple more showers moving their way from the north. That's associated with this cold front that we've been tracking, and those rain chances are going to be most at around midnight. So most of us are going to be asleep, but if you are out and about, the rain chance could be seeing around midnight. So we got a couple scattered showers moving their way from the north down to the south, and when we hit around midnight, that long line of showers and storms is going to start to impact our area. So if you are out and about, you can't rule out that you could see some rain around Friday around midnight, and then waking up, we're going to be waking up into cooler temperatures, finally getting a break from the hot and humid temperatures that we've been seeing. 58 degrees when you're waking up tomorrow, 54 up in Lake City, 54 up in Live Oak. It's going to set up just a beautiful weekend as we head into early parts of tomorrow, and the highs reaching up around 73. It's going to be pretty windy, wind gusts up to 17 miles per hour. And again, we have the game day in the swamp this weekend, 3:30 game. Past two 3:30 games where it was raining and it was hot. But this 3:30 game, it's going to be beautiful. Air temperatures right now 73 at 3:30 kickoff, and then by the end of the game, that's basically sweater weather around 7 o'clock. Gets into the 60s. It's going to be pretty chilly, and then this weekend, the rest of the weekend is going to be beautiful. Waking up in the 50s on Sunday. It's just going to be a beautiful weekend out there to go outside and enjoy the nice fall weather for Florida. Those temperatures are going to start to slowly ramp up around Monday and Tuesday back into the 80s, but then we get our next front on Wednesday, and it's going to drop those temperatures, the highs in the 60s. It's going to be very nice next week.
And coming up in sports, Gators men's basketball has some positive news ahead of their game against FSU on Friday. And we're live outside the Havner football facility as DJ Lagway pushes towards a start this weekend. That and more coming up next, so don't go anywhere.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Well, it's time to talk some sports. I'm Jesse Simmons. After a tough road game against Texas without their star freshman DJ Lagway, Gators football is back in the swamp on Saturday and hoping for a Lagway return. Our very own Ethan Eibe is live outside the Havner football facility with an update on the quarterback's status.
DJ Lagway is questionable to play this week against LSU, but he's been preparing to play in the game all week long. As you may recall, Lagway has been dealing with a hamstring strain he sustained 2 weeks ago against Georgia. Gator Nation is itching for its QB1 to return to the field after third-string quarterback Aiden Warner started in UF's 49-17 loss at Texas last weekend. Lagway has been practicing in limited capacity every day this week, something he was unable to do a week ago. Billy Napier gave an encouraging update on Lagway's status in a press conference Wednesday.
Yeah, no, he's been able to practice. Obviously, he's modified a little bit, but he's making progress every day. He is getting closer and closer to being prepared to play. So I do think we are creating a game day environment in terms of the treatment and modifications we're using.
Lagway will likely be a game-time decision. UF has 26 recruits coming into town this weekend, making it a big one for Billy Napier, who's looking for his first win against LSU in his time as head coach. Reporting live from the Havner Football Training Center, Ethan Eibe, WUFT Sports.
Well, the 20th ranked Gators men's basketball team has their first true test Friday night as they face Florida State on the road in Tallahassee, and they've added a new tool to their arsenal. 20-year-old guard Urban Klavzar has been officially cleared by the NCAA to suit up for the Gators. Klavzar dealt with eligibility issues from playing professionally overseas in Slovenia prior to UF. Klavzar adds depth, especially in shooting beyond the arc, as the Gators are shooting a slim 26% from three through their first 3 games. He'll complement an offense led by Walter Clayton and Elijah Martin that gets head coach Todd Golden very excited heading into the rivalry game on the road.
I'm incredibly happy for him. It's been a really trying time for him as he's moved over from Slovenia on his own, trying to figure out this process, but he will be in uniform tomorrow and he will play tomorrow night, against Florida State.
The Gators and Seminoles matchup is set to tip off at 6 p.m. on Friday. Florida Volleyball is riding the hot streak right now, led by Kennedy Martin into a Friday night ranked matchup against SEC opponent in the Missouri Tigers. The number 21 Gators hit the road to 25 Mizzou, looking to build on a 7-game win streak that stretches back 4 weeks. It's easy to say Florida will lean on sophomore Kennedy Martin, who set a program record with her 4th consecutive SEC Offensive Player of the Week award after a combined 36 kills in 2 games. Though the Gators are 18-5 in the season, they're just 1-3 against ranked opponents. But they'll get another chance on the road against the 18-5 Tigers on Friday, 8 o'clock. Simultaneously with volleyball, local high school football is kicking off the state playoffs on Friday night. The reigning 4S region champs Buchholz hosts Evans High School tomorrow. The Bobcats earn the number 2 seed in their quadrant for the playoffs. Buchholz is currently riding a 4-game winning streak to close out the regular season. If the Bobcats win, they'll have home field advantage until at least the regional finals. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. on Friday from Citizens Field. For some other local state playoff games on Friday, in the 1A Rural Division, the top-seeded and defending state champion Hawthorne Hornets will host Branford. In the 2A Division, Newberry comes in welcoming Palatka after winning their last 7. And in the 3A Division, Eastside travels to Bishop Moore. All 3 games kick off at 7:30 p.m. on Friday. And one last thing, the Tampa Bay Rays are here to stay for the 2025 season. The organization announced this morning they'll be playing just 30 minutes east at Steinbrenner Field, home of the Yankees spring training facility. Certainly some exciting news for the Tampa community.
Yeah, that's really exciting news, Jesse, and I hope we get some great news with a DJ Lagway start and hopefully a Gators win against LSU.
Absolutely. I mean, Nick, I have my money on the Gators as usual, but I'm just so excited for another game day in the swamp. I'm really excited to go see them win and beat LSU. But Matthew, what's the weather looking like for game day?
Yeah, I'm excited for the weather this game day because it's going to be beautiful. If you can recall the past 2 3:30 games, Miami, it was hot and it was miserable. Texas A&M, it was raining, it was miserable, but if you look at those temperatures on Saturday, not going to be a cloud in the sky, reaching up to 75 around kickoff. That's beautiful game time temperatures, and when you're in the morning, those lows are going to be in the 50s. It's going to be a beautiful morning in terms of weather on Saturday. Sunday is going to be just as nice, waking up in the 50s again, and you see that cold front moving through on Wednesday. That's probably going to be from the remnants of Sarah. Still going to be tracking Sarah relatively closely, but then we drop into the 60s as our highs back in the 50s as the lows. And when Sarah's remnants move through, another cold front moves through, and we could be seeing 30s as our lows next Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a packed week of weather. I'm excited for Saturday, though, with those cooler temperatures.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
Well, your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all our social media platforms. Have a good night.